Hey guys, it's Julie Saillant. How are you? Welcome back, 11s. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for liking and subscribing and helping me grow the channel. I am thrilled that you are here, and I'm really glad that all of this is really resonating for you guys. And tonight I want to do something a little bit different. This is going to be a short video. And I've never done this before, but I wanted to do this video because we have tomorrow night. So today's the 9th. Tomorrow is the 10th, and we have a solar eclipse in Gemini and a new moon, right? Now, this is kind of crazy because, as you guys know, we have not one, not two, not three, but four planets right now in retrograde. Holy shit balls. Now, usually, I got to tell you guys, I'll be honest with you as always, for years, I didn't even believe in this retrograde stuff. I was like, that's crap, really? But, as I've gotten a little bit more into this numerology and astrology and the planets, I'm realizing how much the planets affect me, and especially the moon, which I've talked about. I mean, if the moon can control the tides, and we are, I don't know how much percent water we are, it's 75, 80% water, maybe more. Yeah, things happen when the full moon comes out. I've always been affected by the moon. I've always loved the moon, and I still go out underneath the moon. And that's when I do the best channeling ever, right? And I talk to the moon, as I've told you guys, and the planets. But the really, when you've got four planets in retrograde, right? Now we've got this solar eclipse, right? There's been a lot of changes. Now, I've been getting comments from you guys lately that a lot of you are really feeling this. I spoke with one of my clients today, and she said she had a migraine. That's very common. I've had a little one, but I've been trying to get rid of it. Yesterday, I was riding my bike, and the air was so heavy. Now, we do have a lot of humidity here where I am, but honestly, I felt it was more than that, because I literally was on my bike and I said, I have to get off. And I came inside, and felt like I was just like, I felt really heavy on my heart and my body. And I know it wasn't like a physical thing, like anything was wrong with me. I could tell that it was atmospheric, and I could tell that it wasn't just the humidity. I could tell that it was this retrograde stuff. So what I wanted to do today is, I did pull some cards for you guys, some spirit animal cards, but I pulled a bunch of cards from the decks that I have for the moon and the Egyptian astrology. And I got a bunch of moon cards that I wanted to go over with you, for messages from the stars. And I just wanted to channel in really quickly for you and see what comes up, because if you are struggling with this, then this is the perfect time for us to talk, right? So that I can give you some information. What I did find out, this is important, is that this is, you guys aren't going to believe this one. We are encouraged to be present, right, with the feelings of not knowing, and accept our current inability to make complete sense out of what we are experiencing, rather than trying to force the immediate resolution of what's making us uncomfortable. Meaning, we are encouraged to be present with the feelings of not knowing and accept our current inability to make sense out of what we're experiencing. Basically, what we're being told here is that everything's up in the air. Nobody knows what's going on. You're going to feel confused. You're going to feel weird. You're going to feel a heaviness. You're going to feel retrograde means that the planets are going backwards. So we are being asked to really, this is in Gemini, right? So Gemini energy is all about communication of truth, the cosmos, highlighting where you have, I just want to make sure I get this right for you guys. That's why I wrote down, where you have not empowered yourself to speak, okay? Hidden information can be revealed, pushing you to take your power back through your voice, okay? This was really interesting, because if you haven't noticed, the last couple of times I've read for you guys, I've said this, I'll be fine, and all of a sudden my throat will start to clam up, like it's not working right. And I thought, I've been saying this for a while. It's all about us communicating with each other. And I was speaking with my sister today. It was also about boundaries, I'm feeling, right? So if you're like me and you struggle sometimes with boundaries with other people, right? And it doesn't matter how old you are. This is all about, I think, us standing up for ourselves and giving boundaries to others, right, on how to treat us, but also about us expressing ourselves through our voices. And it's all about empowering ourselves. So, where right now do you feel disempowered, right? Where do you feel as though you're not able to speak your truth? And this goes back to our childhood, right? Because for so many of us, when we spoke our truth and we were who we are by being our natural empathic selves, people would be like, quiet down over there. Why are you so like upset or, happy or crying or whatever when the rest of us are sitting here and like nothing's wrong, right? So for us as kids, it wasn't safe to be who we were, and we grew up that way. And what we did was we would either change who we were, or we would just shut down completely, right? So this basic solar eclipse asking us to look at what makes us feel uncomfortable, speaking our truth, empowering ourselves, giving ourselves boundaries is huge. And that's probably why a lot of you feel as though this is something that is almost overwhelming for you. You may have a feeling of anxiousness, of being overwhelmed, and it might just throw you right into something like a migraine, or you need to lay down, or you just don't understand why you feel so heavy. And why is this affecting us? Like, why is this affecting us and not other people? Well, clearly, guys, the answer is that we are empathic beings. We are a master life path number. We've been here for a long time, and we are masters, but we also are affected much, much more deeply than a lot of the other life path numbers. It's a fact. Okay. Like I always say, we think of it as the iceberg, right? Whereas people just see the top of it. But for us, we see the whole thing, and we are the whole iceberg, right? And we are unicorns, right? So for us, it's about self love. For us, it's about expressing ourselves through our voice. For us, it's about creating boundaries with other people, teaching them how we want to work with them, what works for us, and not always what works for you. And it's okay if I'm like going in 5 directions. Don't worry about me. No more of that crap. No, 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 no more. Okay. We've done that our whole lives. No, it's about what will work for me, right? It's about taking that parachute when you're on the plane, right? And you need to take it for yourself. It's about self love. And I've been saying this for a while. Self love is not the ego, right? It's about you understanding who you truly are, and that you are a beautiful, empathic being who feels deeply. You are a spark of God, and you have gifts beyond what other people can see and understand. Sometimes we ourselves don't even understand the gifts that we have. I mean, I'm a channeler, I'm a seer. I can talk to people after they've passed away. I can talk to animals after they've passed away, right? And you guys can do a lot of that too. So a lot of that we don't even understand ourselves, right? I don't know how I can talk to animals, that an animal that's in Spain, but it's all energy and I can, right? So some stuff we understand and some stuff we don't, but it's about us standing in our power. That's the most important part. So let me do this. Let me just check one thing, be right back. Okay. So I have already called in my angels, obviously. I would want to call in your ancestors. So I was so excited. I just want to jump into this because I usually ask you guys to take a couple of deep breaths with me, but let's just do that right now. So just take a deep breath with me. I just want you to open your heart and the collective, and I'm going to give any messages that I have from the ancestors and your guides. And hopefully there'll be something here for you. And if not, the next video there will be as well. But just take a deep breath in. I like you just to concentrate on opening your heart and lowering your guard. So take a deep breath in as we just open our hearts, let it out. Take another deep breath in as we just expand our hearts and make it as big as we can. And then let it out. And I would just ask for any of the guides and ancestors that want to come through. For anybody that's watching this video right now, please feel free to come forward and offer any messages that you might have for them, for the collective. Okay, I'm getting a ton of messages. The first message that I'm getting is thank you all for your messages, ancestors. The first message I'm getting is that a lot of you want to do what I just did. You want to be able to connect with your guides, with your ancestors, like I do, that you can just speak to them and have a conversation. I ask a question, they answer me back. I was speaking with somebody just last night, and I was saying that when you're my client, I do prep work, which means that you ask me up to 4 questions, and then I go talk with your guides and your ancestors for almost 2 hours, and I find out information for you. They get the questions and they answer them for you. And then I also find out what they want to tell you. And they also highlight to me what we need to work on. And then when I come and we have our session together, I've already got this prepared for you, right? So, her remark was, you do that for 2 hours? That's really cool. So what they're saying is that you can do this as well. So I'm talking to your ancestors, but your ancestors are your lineage. So they are there to help you and they want to talk with you. So remember the rules, guys. You have to invite them in, just like you invite in the archangels, right? So you just do what I did. I ask all the ancestors to please come forward and to help with ask them any questions that you might have. What would they like to give us to help you, right? And what would you also like to know? And then it becomes a conversation. It's just like when you ask your guides to come in and then you start to ask your guides questions. What is your name? And then, they know who you are, obviously. Thank you so much for being here. And then you start talking with them. And that's how it goes, right? It's a conversation. So they're saying that a lot of you want to do this, and they're saying you can do this, but you just need to take the time to set it aside and start working with it, right? Because it's practice. It's just like anything else. You need to practice doing this. You need to practice calling them in and then talking with them and just keep it simple. They're saying, like, don't think you have to ask all these crazy questions and write everything down. Just be natural. Remember, they're your ancestors and your guides. They know you better than you know yourself. They have a ton of wisdom because they're on the other side and they've been here and now they're over there. So they're much older and much wiser, and they're here to help you. The second thing I got was that a lot of you are putting too much pressure on yourselves and you lack boundaries completely. That's what they were saying. This was why I brought this up. You don't love yourself. You are not grounding yourself. You're not protecting yourself. You are not moving forward as you should. You are stuck in your own thoughts. You're overthinking things. And they're saying that you are not asking for help, which means that you're just kind of going over things and looking at things 50 different ways. But that means that you're not really getting a new perspective. It's just kind of like you're overthinking it and then you don't know what to do anyway. So it's like you're just kind of turning your wheels. So they're saying for something like that, please ask us to help. Let us help you. We want to help you. Okay. The third thing is that you are not using the tools that you have available. There are tools that I use. For instance, I have a spray that I use, um, which helps me just to clear the air before I ask the guides to come in, which I can put the name of the spray down. I just spray the air and they'll tell me how many times to spray it. When I'm going through, I ask for them just to clear any energetic blocks in me to take those out. I ask Archangel Michael to take those out, right? You can do that as well. And I actually pull, my teacher taught me this, you just pull the negative air out. It's like if I feel as though my throat chakra or my heart chakra or any chakra is blocked, I'll just pull like the negative energy out like this, just pull it out, right? Communication is key during this time. Taking steps to honor your truth is the ultimate form of self-care. They're saying that a lot of you feel as though self-care is like this woo-woo thing, like you don't really believe in it. And they're saying it's kind of funny because you believe in all the other stuff and the channeling and the messages and the energy work, but you don't believe in self-care. And they're saying that's because you don't value yourself enough. And this is very common in the master numbers because you were taught to shut down rather than expand as a child. Do you understand? I was taught that too. I had wonderful, loving parents, you guys, but they didn't always understand me. They tried, but they didn't always get me. So when I would express myself, they tried to understand, but there were times again where they give me that side eye, like, huh? And that's when I would be like, oh, it's not safe. I have to shut down again and be like this instead of like this. Again, like dimming your light, like I was saying in the last video, right? So if that's happened to you, we kind of as 11s have been encouraged to dim our light and kind of go like this instead of like this. And this is who I am. So that's self-love. And they're saying, your ancestors are saying that this is huge. This eclipse, now listen, this is really important, you guys. This eclipse is, the effects are going to last for 6 months and longer. So please make sure that you're in a high vibration. Do a ritual around just clearing all your chakras, asking your ancestors to help you be balanced and clear. Okay. Ask them to come in, ask your guides to come in, start having those conversations and your ancestors, right? Really feel protected. Really start working on your boundaries so that you feel safe. Because when you feel safe, then you let down your guard, and that's when the messages happen. Okay. You can't ask them to come in and then still keep all your guard up, because if you do, no messages can get through. I had a client and she was like, why aren't messages coming through? I'm like, well, did you let your guard down? She's like, no. And I'm like, that's why. So you bring in your ancestors, you bring in your archangels, right? But then once they're now taking care of everything, then you let your guard down. Okay. They've got everything cleared up. They're taking care of it. And then now you feel open, and now you can start receiving and giving messages. Okay. Let's see. Got a lot of messages here. Sturgeon Moon, reflect upon your past. This says to me, where do you feel incomplete? Where do you feel disempowered? Where do you feel as though you're not moving forward? And why? Because they're saying that you know exactly why, and you just need to take the steps to make it happen and make it so. That's what they're saying. Astrology planets, we've got that make again. Love of nature, grounded, profound connection to nature. What did I say, right? I can't make this up. I can't. Profound connection to nature. You've got to get grounded. You've got to protect yourself. The way to get grounded is, if you're, hopefully it's warmer by now, we're already in June, wherever you are, go outside, take off your shoes. If you're near the beach, take a walk on the beach. If you're near the, hopefully some trees, or, somewhere where you can just relax, in a forest or a park. Really important, you guys. We're always looking for balance and harmony, right? Too much work is not good for us, seriously. And I have to take my own medicine. Blood moon, insight, spiritual development. A lot of you right now are being called to do what I do, to be a spiritual messenger for others. Cool. That's awesome. See, but a lot of you, as soon as I say that, I feel you pulling back, like, what? That scares me. Don't let it scare you. I was scared for so long, and you know what? There's nothing to be scared of. This is your birthright. These gifts are your birthright. It's up to you if you want to accept them. You have full, you can do whatever you want, right? You have free will. But if you say no to your gifts, know that they don't go anywhere, but they can still kind of be like, hey, over here. Hunter moon, courage. Here we go. Courage to pursue your dreams. Look at, just like a jaguar under the moon. I didn't even look at this card, and I just said that. This is how on point you can be. What I'm doing right now, you can do it. If you're a master 11, which you are, you're probably a starseed and or Palladian. You're very empathic. You're more intuitive than any of the other signs, as we know. You're an illuminator, right? What I just said, what just happened, was I was just getting the message from God, from the ancestors, and then I looked at I didn't even look at the card. And this is why I said this exact same thing, and it's a match. So thank you so much. This is what happens when you do this kind of work. The way I see it is I get slivers of information, okay? I don't see the whole picture. I just get a picture or some words. It's up to you to tell me how that resonates for you, right? And then you're like, oh yeah, that means this. And I'm like, okay, great, awesome. So thank you for that. Courage to pursue your dreams. You guys, it takes courage to be a badass unicorn, which is what we are. But you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And you need to do it sooner rather than later because A, I can't do this by myself. I need you out here, please. Don't leave me. I need you out here. And number two, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going on that you guys may or may not know about, which I'm not going to talk about in this video, maybe in a further video, but there's a lot of shit that's happening for the planet and for the humans on this planet. And as I've said before, you and I have to stand the line and we have to hold the line. We have to hold the light for this planet to survive. Egyptian astrology, Anubis, god of mummification, says creative, passionate, and curious. You are all these things. You are creative, you are passionate, you are curious. Where can you bring that into your life right now? Maybe you used to draw, maybe you used to write, journal. Bring that back in. Have a balance, right? So you can go to work, you can have your own business or whatever you're doing. You can work on a side hustle and then ground yourself, protect yourself, go to the beach, go to the park, work out, balance, harmony, and then creative efforts, right? Courage to go after your dreams, right? Spiritual insight, nature, love of nature, grounded, profound connection to nature. Mars, power, strength, courage again, motivation, pursue your goals. Dude, I can't make this up. I cannot make this shit up. I know you get tired of me saying that, but I literally sometimes sit here and I'm like, huh? How does this even happen? I don't even know sometimes. So thank you, God. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, archangels, for bringing this forward. Thank you to my guides. Thank you that I'm gifted to do this because I love doing this to help you. This is what I do for my clients. In 1 month with me, everything will change for you. That's not ego, that's the truth. This is what I bring to the table. It's fucking awesome. And it's awesome because I spent so many years in the dark where you are fumbling around, trying to figure things out, not trusting myself. Should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I lean into it? Should I not lean into it? I'm scared. What do I do? Fuck that. Stop. Move forward. You're a freaking master number 11. Hello. Now I'm so happy because when you do what your gifts are, you're in alignment and it's easy. It's so easy because it's what you were born to do. It's like if you were born to be a cook and you find out you start cooking, it's easy. You're a freaking empath. Supernova. Releasing of Kundalini energy, spiritual awakening, and yin yang balance. What did I say? Yin yang balance, harmony. Let's see what the animal said for you. You got number 13, cat spirit. Claim your independence. You know how independent cats are? I don't know if you guys have cats. I have 2 of them. Independent as hell. They have their own minds. That's how you are. Nobody can force you to do anything you don't want to do. But damn, when you get on course, watch out. And as I said before, you guys, I want you to be like me. I want you to be like, you know what? Get on board and help me out or step aside because I am coming through. Move. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Remember that song? That was a good song. Bee spirit, sweet results await. You know how busy bees are, but even they have to have balance. Sweet results await, but they always are working. They always have a plan. Elephant spirit, learn from your past. Where have you felt disempowered in the past? Where have you shut yourself down? That didn't work out so great, right? Let's not do that anymore. Let's not dim our light anymore. Let's shine brightly as possible. And White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic. Trust in the magic, guys. All right, guys, I hope this helped you. I love you guys. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel. I want to get to like 10,000. I know we're at like, I don't know, 500 or something, but we've only just started, and I'm thrilled that you're here, and I'm not so focused on the numbers as helping you. And I'm so glad this is resonating for you. So please like, share, subscribe, leave me comments. You guys know I always comment back. And I'm going to be working on further videos for you, but just be gentle with yourselves during this time for the solar eclipse. Make sure you're at a high vibe, because it's going to be happening for the next 6 months. So stay in alignment, high vibe only, right? Be good to yourself. And if you need personal, or you want to work with me, you can work with me for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. Happy to do that. Or if you need an animal reading, or you want to donate to the channel, all the links are below. Thanks, guys. Take care. Unicorns rock on. All right. Talk to you later. Thanks.